Howdy, howdy. Welcome on into the pre-show before the free show. Oh,
Look at us.
we're prepped.
You've been Gregged.
Oh, Lord.
I'm Greg. I'm Greg. That's Greg. That's Ashley. You know the greatest trick the devil ever pulled?
Is this an MJF thing?
No, it was convincing the world that he didn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
is an MJF thing. Shout out to Maxwell Jacob Friedman, the still the champion.
Yeah.
Still the champion. I've been a little.
Well, I mean, like there's been something called football.
Football's been a little busy. I've been a little busy with football. Okay. So tonight's a big night for us.
It is.
For the Dave Campbell's Texas football staff.
Bobs.
It's our big fancy pre-state dinner. It's our team dinner that we have once a year, where we all get to pretend to be fancy people. Go to a nice restaurant.
I don't think we're really fooling anybody when this
we're
Brady
not.
Bunch rocks.
Especially if people are listening to our conversations.
Oh, yeah. We're
for sure.
We're over here talking about Armando Luan being the greatest person of all time.
We're just,
and they're like,
we're
what?
playing Pull My Finger and stuff like that. Have you been into the kitchen of here? I was going and making a delicious cup of community
Are you talking
coffee.
about the cookies?
So I think one of our partners, one of our lovely partners, I don't know which one, so I don't want to guess, sent us like a whole box of like these really attractive looking cookies. Right?
Yeah, they look good.
They look really good.
Can't be doing that today.
That's the thing, right?
Can't
it
like
had to
you
be
can
today.
do it. You can do it tomorrow.
Why? You gotta you have to be ready.
I have a salad.
You should
for lunch.
eat.
I have a salad for lunch.
I brought soup, but
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket.
I already ate it. I was really hungry.
That is a rarity, though, too. Just
Yeah.
that you had the pre-show
Pre-show
lunch.
Pre-show
Well,
lunch.
I figured if there was any day to do it, it might as well be now because I'm hungry. So it was like, okay. And I feel like now that I have something in my stomach, now I'm at good gap time until Bob's tonight.
It's
Yeah.
a long wait. I don't think. I mean, like, I
'Cause our
think I'm
dinner's
going to have
7:30.
to even have a snack before.
It's a late dinner. 7:30 is a late. Like I don't know what time
Yeah.
you guys eat dinner in your households.
earlier than 7:30.
I mean, with kids, like we eat at like 5. You know, because you gotta get this bedtime train
Right.
rolling. But yeah, I'm. Tonight's a big night, but you have to like this is a day you can very easily ruin. You know, if you are not smart and you're not thinking ahead.
I've already got it laid out in my head. I know what I'm eating. I know which. So here's my thing for the Bobs. I've rotated between the steaks, right? Like I've tried
Because
each
this is like your maybe
Fifth?
fifth Bob's dinner.
fourth,
Yeah.
fifth. So
Mhm.
I've rotated between the steaks. I know which one I want to try this year, unless there's a special that catches
Yeah. Of course. Oh yeah.
that
I mean,
catches
yeah,
my eye.
that's the
Every
thing.
now and then there is a
You're
special.
gonna listen
Didn't
to
you get
you're
a
gonna listen to what our waiter or waitress has to say for sure.
Someone got a seafood-based plate one time. Was that you, Powers?
Yeah.
I had the surf and turf. It was the
Oh,
special,
yeah.
and that was probably the best one I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that is on special, because it was like two small fillets, and
Bonus
a lobster,
fillet.
and a lobster
And a
tail.
bonus lobster.
Yeah.
That
So
rocks.
if that is available, I'm going that direction.
It's
I told Tepper this morning that my Bob's Day schedule is like very regimented because it's like I had to wake up and actually wash my hair today. Like who does that? But you can't fix your hair. You have to dry it, but you can't fix it because then it's got to be there. You can't wear any makeup. This is a Bob's face. So it's like you can't ruin it, or then your eyelashes aren't gonna eyelash by the time you get ready to go to Bob's,
Yeah,
and you have to be looking good.
You called out your roommate.
Yeah, she has makeup on
Mallory
today.
has makeup on.
I was
and
like, "What are
first
you
words out of her mouth
doing?"
as she came in, she goes, "Why do you have makeup on?"
I was like, that's not how it works. When her eyelashes are not her eyelashes are always eyelashing, but when they're not tonight,
I didn't get the memo. I would have wore a hat.
Are your eyelashes going to be eyelashing tonight?
My eyelashes are always eyelashing. You guys didn't know this?
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, I've noticed that a couple of times. But yeah, it'll be a big night. But you've gotta stay strong.
I'm so excited.
Here's my play. All right, I'm going to sweet talk Bray into seeing if he wants to drive me.
Oh, beautiful. Get the rookie.
Yeah, let's see if we can pull this.
I mean,
off.
he lives in the same city as
he
me.
does. Yeah, absolutely.
He's
He's from the SCO.
yeah. So he's a little. I mean, like that would be that is the play.
That's a
if I can
finesse.
pull it off.
That's a finesse if you can pull it off.
That rocks. V&A, it's baby's first Bob's
It is
for
baby's
her
first
too.
Bob's.
She's coming over to Mallory and I's house to get ready, so we could pull the trickaroo on that one as well.
Yeah, that would be epic.
They sit right next to each other too.
Yeah,
So like you
Let's-
that should
do
be
you
the
wanna-
thing. Is rookies have to be the DD
Do you want to try to like pull that off together?
together.
Like we both walk up because since their desks are next to each other.
Yeah. I want to watch you do your work. It's gonna be easy to convince V&A.
You know what's? It's really nice to know that they absolutely don't watch this show.
Well, I can see that VNA's not watching. it
VNA's
from
doing
here.
actual work instead of like.
Yeah,
hanging
she's
out.
typing.
Yeah, yeah. Why would you be doing that? Anyway, hit the theme expo. Pickle. Hit the arrow sign. Yes, y'all. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it's Texas Football Today, a program with internet access. My name is Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, a magazine, texasfootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live, texasfootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all the places, or you're listening to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part. Support your local mediocre internet show. I am sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She's the Duchess of the Dorks, the Prime Minister of Thanksgiving. She's Ashley Pickle.
Hi, friends. Happy Wednesday.
You know, this is our last This Week in Recruiting of the year
Aw. You know why that's sad?
because we
That
will
means
no
no
longer
more
be joined.
Grev.
by Greg
Well,
Powers.
I mean, can I come back after the?
No,
I mean,
you're done.
This is
You're
it.
cut
this show's
off.
probably getting canceled. Let's be real.
Yeah, the
Um,
people will revolt, and we won't be able to do the show without Grub.
Today is Wednesday, December 6th, 2023, 358 days till Thanksgiving. Happy birthday. And we'll do a little trivia here. What Dave Campbell's Texas football cover boy is celebrating his 31st birthday today?
Jonathan Gray.
No.
That felt like a decent pick.
It was a good pick.
Colt McCoy.
Nope. What Dave Campbell's Texas football cover boy is celebrating his 31st birthday today?
I'm gonna go back to 2011.
Mm-mm.
All right, just tell us.
Jonathan Manziel turned
Wow.
31 today. Johnny Football is 31. We live in a world where Johnny Football is 31. He was on the 2013 cover.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's episode 17.
I was just doing the math to see how much older he is than I am.
It's episode 17.
Was it hard?
Yes.
It's 1706.
You know, all those years.
Because you're like 30. Now today is it's
I am not
episode
30.
1706.
Or even close to it.
On
Thank you.
today, on today's show, folks. Got This Week in Recruiting, talking about some of the top prospects across the state of Texas. And then back half the show, Powers caught up with Austin Westlake defensive end Connor Vasek, who has a brother.
He does.
But he's
a
pretty darn good
large
himself.
Human.
As, there's good bloodlines in this in the Vasek family. I
Yeah,
would say.
there is,
That
and he
edge
was pretty
rushing family,
impressive.
yeah.
Austin Westlake has a big game this weekend.
They do have a pretty big game. We might talk a little bit about that coming up here at the back half of the program. Do it first, fourth through the door.
We sure do. It was Paul Roberts, whose football opinion you can trust, Big Jiggly Water Balloons, jersey number 69,
Yeah.
and Daniel Agnew.
Wow,
What a heater on this
That's a
Wednesday.
very good
Welcome in,
first
fellas.
four.
Thanks, BJWB, for making my last show.
He did it. Thanks, BJWV. He's a man.
Apparently, he's going to be at state.
And jersey number 69.
Assuming that BJWB is a man, I
know
mean, we
what?
shouldn't assume.
I don't think we ever announced this. Because we were supposed to announce it on Friday, and we didn't.
What?
Breaking news.
about the event at state.
Oh, yeah. Subscribers, check your emails.
Yeah, subscribers. Check
We did
your
our
emails.
part. We said it on the show on Friday night.
Oh, did you? We didn't
Yeah.
do it on this show because, of course, not.
Well, the show's broken.
We're having another get together. Another get together at State. It is our what's now become kind of an annual subscriber breakfast. Saturday of State at Texas Live. Subscribers, it's free for you. All you gotta do, but you do have to reserve a ticket. You have to have a ticket to get in. It's a free ticket, but you gotta go. It should be in your email, a link there. So go check it out and come party with us. Eat some free breakfast tacos. Those breakfast tacos are
They're good.
very good.
They're very good.
And hang out with Greg Powers.
Yeah.
And I'll be there too. But like more importantly, hang out with Greg Powers.
I always look forward to your speech every year.
And Will Wilkerson loves surprise hugs. It's just come hang out.
He will quit.
He will absolutely quit. Anyway, come hang out with us at the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Subscriber Breakfast Saturday at State. I think we get going at 8:30.
Yeah, 8:30 because we've got to be there at 8.
We got to bolt at about 9:30, right? About 9:30, 9:15, 9:30. We got to start heading over there because we got to get ready to do our nonsense for the day. But anyway, make sure you check your email if you're a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Subscriber. We would love to see you next Saturday at Texas Live next to AT&T Stadium. One last time in 2023. I'm Greg Tepper. That's Greg Powers. This is This Week
In Cruton!
It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers, our Director of Recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You just get stronger as the
Well, I mean,
year
you said
goes
it was the
on.
last one, so I had to give some
Was.
effort. Had to try.
Follow him on Twitter at GPowerScout. See his fine work at TexasFootball.com/recruiting. And, of course, this is brought to you by our good chicken friends at Chicken Express. Chicken Express.
Never
Deck
misses.
the halls with boughs of tendies. Pretty
I gotta
good, right?
give you credit on that
Pretty good.
one.
Pretty good. Thank you. Thank you. That's a much better song than like I would much rather have boughs of tendies.
I'm
than
going to be
boughs of
singing that
holly.
now
Deck the halls with
at
boughs of tendies.
at the Christmas during the Christmas season.
I know.
Then
You're
you can
welcome,
cluck.
America. You're welcome.
Cluck, 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 cluck.
Oh, you can cluck with it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
then,
you
like,
can
the
dunk it
fly-
in the gravy. We got to put it like a dunking in the gravy verse.
We can Hey, Chicken
We
Express,
need a.
give us a ring. All right, if your marketing department needs some help, which
I need
they don't. They're doing a great job.
I need when Michael and Dwight do the Scrantonicity rap,
Yeah.
I need you and Powers doing that with Chicken Express Deck the Halls.
Yeah, I don't think their marketing team needs much help. They came up with the flying chicken.
Yeah, the flying chicken,
which is
So
like
they're-
elite.
They're batting 1,000.
Yeah.
Since week in recruiting with Craig Powers, let's start with our prospect on the rise. Our prospect on the rise is Colleyville Heritage 2024 senior athlete Luke Ulrich, who is now a Dave Campbell's Texas football 3-star prospect after closing out a remarkable senior season. And he's starting to heat up a little bit on the recruiting trail. He's got an offer from North Texas, picked up an offer from Abilene Christian and Idaho State as well. This was a guy that our own Carter Yates went out and watched him play against Frisco Emerson and came back and said, This is that guy. I want to buy stock in Luke Ulrich.
He's still glowing about his
gosh.
performance. I think that was probably his favorite game that he went to this year. Ulrich counted for 582 of Colleyville Heritage's 619 total yards in what was an epic game against Frisco Emerson. It was a tough loss, I know, for Colleyville Heritage, but Luke is definitely a prospect who I consider to be on the rise. This highlight tape, it's one of the funnest.
It's a
I've
lot
watched.
of fun.
And I don't want to just say like it's one of the funnest I've watched this year. I'm putting this as like one. I mean, you can't say top 10 or
No.
you know what I mean. Like it's like a top 25.
Yeah.
All time like fun Texas high school football highlight tape. As a matter of fact, like I was talking with Carter Yates before we went on the air, and I was like, if I were to send someone a link to describe Texas high school football and how much fun we have throughout the year covering Texas high school football, this is the tape.
Yeah.
That I would probably send out.
It is. It's a fun tape. He is a dynamic athlete back there. He can throw though. Like we got him listed as an athlete. Like I don't think he sticks at quarterback.
Yeah.
Because he's 5'10", 185 pounds. He's a little bit too small, but like he's a playmaker, and like there are teams out there that can absolutely use a Luke Ulrich on their team.
He plays with like the chip isn't the right word to use when describing it. He plays with moxie, I guess is probably the way to say it. He's not afraid to press the action, make plays. Look at that. I mean, just getting outside the pocket, and he's like, I'm throwing this ball. And he fit the ball in there for a touchdown pass, and just
He's
a lot of
tough.
fun
He's-
in the open field. Dynamic.
He's tough. He's tough too. Like he's a guy who lowers the shoulder and like delivers the hit. He's a lot of fun to watch.
He's one of those guys that changed. I think he changed just the way that that team is perceived.
Oh yeah,
This year.
I agree.
You know, like he was probably a huge part of the team's success. I mean, they have some really good players on that team. As a matter of fact, one of those receivers he's throwing to, Braden Blewett, is starting to pick up a lot of recruiting attention in his own right. Will be one of the top guys in the state in his class, 2025 prospect. But Luke Ulrich, here's a tip of the cap.
There you go. Keep an eye on Luke Ulrich. Going to be one of those guys that here in the late stages of the recruiting season may pick up some more steam. Speaking of picking up steam, let's go to our commit of the week. Our commit of the week is Dallas Christian cornerback William Speedy Nettles. Speedy Nettles, one of the top prospects in all of the private school ranks, has committed this week to SMU. The number 12 cornerback in the class of 2024, according to Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and a 3-star prospect. He was a do-it-all star for Dallas Christian and the Chargers, and came away with a state championship there. Dallas Christian captures a state championship, and he's a big reason why he's a playmaker.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And he makes plays on both sides of the football, which I think adds to his athletic profile. But I think he's going to be a cornerback at the next level, and it's hard to find cornerbacks that are 6'2", 190 pounds, 185 pounds with that level of elite athleticism. He's a dominant private school player, but I think that his skills translate because he really did a good job, like in the camp 7-on-7 season, of matching up against like talent, right? So I had a chance to evaluate him on the same field as some of the most elite wide receivers in this class, and he always held his own. I love that he plays with a little bit of swagger, a guy that you can put on the island, and he loves to play man coverage. But here's something I think is pretty important. I think that he's a pretty good off-man guy as well. So I think he's a pretty well-rounded cornerback, and he's a guy that could probably step in and be an early contributor. SMU also landed a commitment this week from Javian Holiday from Duncanville, a 2025 prospect that had a lot of offers, including an offer from the Texas Longhorns. So SMU, since the news that they were becoming a P5 school, has been extremely hot on the recruiting trail, has really done a tremendous job. Every guy that they're getting is like a known commodity.
And here's the thing. With Speedy Nettles, this is a guy who had offers from Nebraska, from Purdue, from Baylor, from Houston, from Ole Miss, from USC. Like, he had big-time, like, top elite offers, and he's going to stay home and play for SMU. And I think that's a credit to what Rhett Lashley is doing on the recruiting trail there. It's awfully impressive what Speedy Nettles has put together as a senior and is now off to play on the hilltop. It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers, our director of recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Get involved in the conversation, #TF Today. Let's roll on to our underclassmen of the week. Our underclassmen of the week, we are going to Melissa to talk about their mammoth junior offensive lineman Owen Hollenbeck, who this week committed to Oklahoma, had offers from places like A&M, Arkansas, and Florida, but the 6'3", 310-pound Hollenbeck is heading to Oklahoma.
We went with Carter's top pick for like a guy that he fell in love with while he was at a game.
Oh, yeah.
So for this one, we went with my top pick. Owen Hollenbeck, when I went and watched Melissa, was just squashing dudes. Yeah. I mean, he is a guy that really excels in blowing up holes in the run game, pulls, traps. His upper body is just jacked.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude he's a Mack truck. I mean, that's the best way, or a rock truck. Gold Rush is one of those shows that I really like to watch on TV. And when I think of like moving dirt, this guy can move some people like those rock trucks move dirt on Gold Rush. This guy blows open the hole, and this is a big get for OU. I think Hollenbeck kind of grew up as an OU fan too, so he found his perfect fit whenever the Sooners extended him an offer. And, of course, Nigel Smith is also committed to OU, so a little bit of a Melissa pipeline there for Brent Venables and the Sooners staff.
And to be clear, we're seeing him. He's playing right guard here for Melissa. You think he sticks on the interior?
Yeah, definitely. And I actually like him as a center, and if you're an OU fan listening to this podcast today, I think he reminds me a lot of Creed Humphrey. And he was
high praise.
Yeah, he was a really good player, and their game coming out of high school, their game definitely resembles one another. He plays with that same chip on his shoulder, very quick off of the ball. He plays with a tremendous pad level, which is really impressive because he's so stout. If he can get up underneath your pads, you're really, really not going to move him at all. He's a guy that's really tough to move. And you've seen plenty of highlight-worthy pancake blocks on this reel, and he uses, he's able to maintain his leverage throughout the block to, finish with that nasty.
Let's round it all out with our recruit of the week. Our recruit of the week, speaking of offensive linemen, let's talk about Katy. They have had a history of putting up pretty good offensive linemen once or twice. The latest one is Katy Tigers senior offensive lineman Cohen Eccles, who is going to be playing in the All-American Bowl in San Antonio. He accepted his invitation. That's going down Saturday, January 6th. He's a Texas A&M commit, and he has been solid even through the departure of Jimbo Fisher and the addition of Mike Elko. But he did take an unofficial visit to Auburn, so something to keep an eye on. But for now, Cohen Eccles, the Texas A&M commit, Aggie fans can watch him play at the All-American Bowl.
Yeah, congratulations to Cohen Eccles. It was kind of a late addition. The game's, just over a month away or right at a month away. As a matter of fact, today it was just over a month away whenever he accepted his invitation. But it was a tremendous addition. I think that was a very good pick by the All-American Bowl staff because Cohen Eccles is a guy who can play multiple positions up front. He has experience playing tackle, guard, and center for one of the top rushing attacks in the entire country, not only the state of Texas, the entire country. And he's a tremendous run blocker, but he's also a very good pass blocker, and we got to see his pass blocking acumen on display when he was on the camp scene. Every camp that he went to, he was the O-line MVP. He was the O-line MVP at the Next Level Athlete Camp. He was the O-line MVP at the Under Armour camp. So, I mean, he went out and had a dominant camp showing, and his tape backed up with those types of performances in person, not only in camps like that, but like college camps and stuff, took him from being a guy that was just starting to become someone on the radar to being one of the top guys in the state. I think he has over 30 offers now.
Wow.
And it'll be interesting to see what he does. He did take an official visit to Auburn back in June, and he's remained committed to Texas A&M. I believe his father attended Texas A&M. He's got some strong connections there. But he has to make sure that he's the right fit with the new style of play that they're going to incorporate on the offensive side of the ball now that they've made their offensive coordinator hire. And Colin Klein will probably have a better idea what Cohen Eccles is going to do because he plans to sign in the early signing period.
We will find out about Cohen Eccles coming up here, let's see, 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, not too far.
2 weeks from today. Our signing day will be here, and we will have complete coverage for you here at TexasFootball.com. It'll be headlined by Greg Powers, our director of recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Follow him on Twitter at GPowersScout. See his fine work at TexasFootball.com/recruiting, and stick around because I just want to keep looking at you.
Okay.
We're Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Coming up here in just a moment, Greg Powers caught up with another Vasek, the outstanding Connor Vasek from Austin Westlake. That comes up here in just a moment. But first, a word from these valued goods and services.
VCR Now is built to last. Reach out to us today at info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW. Again, that's info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW.
Powers, you were down Central Texas way talking with one of the stars of the Westlake defense.
Yeah, I went to the Battle of the Lakes where Austin Westlake was able to knock off Lake Travis for a second time this year and got a chance to watch Connor Vasek, a 2025 defensive end, 6'4". I think he's a little bit taller than 6'4". I would almost lean to 6'5", 235 pound. I mean, he's a pretty talented guy on the edge. He's only got one scholarship offer right now from Texas State. But I anticipate I anticipate that Connor Vasek is going to have plenty of options. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to probably end up being around 20 at least. 20 offers. You know, his brother was a very talented player who shot up the recruiting charts as he became a senior at Austin Westlake as he grew into that. I guess he was kind of like a dynamic pass rusher, but also strong enough to hold the edge against the run game, and that's how I see Connor Vasek as well. A guy just getting started and gaining recognition on the recruiting trail.
Let's hear from the man himself. Here's Connor Vasek of Austin Westlake here on Texas Football.
Greg Powers, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and I'm here with Austin Westlake defensive end Connor Vasek. Man, a huge win over Lake Travis. 2 wins over LT this year. What's it feel like walking off the field a victor and, you know, keeping your playoff hopes alive, looking for that state championship?
Yeah, it's amazing. Lake Travis, that's the second time we played them this year, and, you know, they're our big rival, so it feels great going 2-0 against them this year. And it's like the same as last year, going to the semifinals up against North Shore. I think they won again, so we'll be playing them. We just need to lock in this week.
Big day for your family, big win for Texas today as well.
Yes, sir, it's amazing. Go Horns, go Horns.
Just kind of talk about your play out there on the field. How have you advanced from game 1 this year till, game 14 right now? How do you feel like you've improved as a player? What are you bringing to the table? Why should colleges be interested in you?
I mean, you know, I faced a lot of adversity this year, you know, like in and out of shoulder injury, elbow injury, ankle injury. So, I mean, whenever I can get on the field, it's always a blessing, and I'm trying to show that right now.
Kind of talk about what you learned from your brother who went through this process, played for this team, was a really good player here. What did you pick up from him? And now how are you using that in your game?
Yeah, it's amazing. He's a great leader, a great mentor for me. I'm really just trying to follow, you know, in his footsteps, like the legacy, continuing it, you know.
It's going to be a college legacy for you because you've already got your first scholarship offer. Texas State stepped up to the plate. Walk us through what that day was like, getting a chance to know that you were going to be playing D1 ball.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was really unexpected. So we were having a conditioning day outside, and after our run, you know, I went to go talk to Coach Kenny, and that's when he told me I got an offer there, and it was a great feeling.
Texas State seems to be on the right path, so that's probably fun for you too.
Yeah, they've had a good year so far. Yes, sir. Yeah.
What I know Texas is a school that's always going to be in the mix because your brother is there. They haven't offered yet, but I know you've had a chance to visit there. What do you think about the campus in Austin and especially the direction underneath of Coach Sark? Big 12 champions this year. Here's a cool fact I learned in the press box today when I was watching your game. Whenever they left the Southwest Conference, they won the championship on their last year. Now when they won the Big 12, they won the championship on their last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. You know, Texas, they've really stepped it up this year, got a chance at the college football playoff. So, you know, it's up for grabs. We'll see what happens.
Your brother's not the only one. It's a little bit of a Westlake connection out there.
Yeah, Ethan Burke too, you know, Michael Taft. Gabe Lozano, you know, a lot of names out there, a lot of names.
You're going to have a lot of colleges step into you. You got to go through some of the visits with your brother when he went through the recruiting process. What were some of those memorable moments for you? I know he went to a lot of campuses, so you won't be able to talk about them all. But what were some of those trips that you thought were pretty cool? You mentioned a couple to me that I thought at least sounded neat. Not every Texas kid gets to go to Clemson.
Yeah, I mean, all the schools really we visited. I mean, the facilities, just everything they got up there, it's just so unique, so different, and, you know, I just really want to be a part of that.
Whenever you were watching him go through the process, did you learn anything that you want in a college? Like, what do you think you're looking for at the end of the day? If you got 25 offers, so to speak, what do you feel like, how would you separate, you know, the leader from the pack?
I mean, you know, I need to get to that spot. Like, right now, I'm nowhere near as close as I want to be, you know. Like, I want to have, you know, colleges talking to me, you know, and I just need to get there first.
Connor Vasek, one of the top guys in the state of Texas. He's got one offer now, but trust me, did this interview with him because it's going to be 2025 one day, man. I really believe that. So keep your eyes locked on him as he goes through the recruiting process and as Austin Westlake hunts a state championship ring this season.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
There is Connor Vasek. I agree with you because I know how tall you are. I agree he's taller. What, listed 6'3"?
6'4". We put him at 6'4", 235. He was listed like 6'4" and a half, I think. So I erred on
He
the
looks bigger
side
than
of caution.
his
I think
brother.
I think
he's
now
6'5".
watching this back that we
I think
should
he's
change it to
6'5".
6'5".
Now maybe he's wearing heels. I didn't see.
He's
his
definitely
feet.
wearing cleats,
So maybe
which
he
are
gets
kind
a-
of like heels,
yeah,
but
but he
he's
gets a
definitely wearing
quarter
cleats.
inch
But he's
maybe,
he's a big fella,
Yeah.
and I think just like looking at that, It didn't. Some things are made overcomplicated sometimes in recruiting. I was
Hard
like,
agreeing.
I was like, yeah, this dude's gonna be a guy.
Yeah, like everything. Like he is because he's a junior.
Yeah.
Okay, so a junior like central figure on an elite defense in 6A. Great bloodlines. He looks like that. You know what I mean?
He looks like an NFL tight end.
Right.
Like that's
So
what
it's
he looks like.
Yeah, this like let's not overthink this. He's going to be a dude. Like he's going to be a guy that we're talking about as like a high 3 low 4 type guy. I mean, he's going to be a star. Like
As good as Austin Westlake is, Lake Travis is, I kind of got the feeling while I was at this game that there are guys on both of those teams that just aren't getting the hype that they deserve.
That's crazy to think for those two programs.
Well, honestly, we talk about those programs so much, it might get kind of lost in the shuffle of all of us going, oh yeah, they're going to be great again. We don't need to pay attention to them until the playoffs, and then it's like, oh man, the talent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had a defensive defensive tackle, Colin Devine. That's a 2025 guy that really caught my eye for Austin Westlake. Lake Travis, Keandre Lewis, a 2024 safety. I mean, this dude was balling. He's got some offers.
Yeah.
I think Colorado State recently offered him, but he's like a 6'1", 190-pound, hard-hitting safety that can really go.
Do you know who was a guy that I really liked out there for Lake Travis? Marcus Boswell,
Yeah.
linebacker. Like,
Yeah,
when
he made some really good plays.
when we
in the
did
game.
when we did the Lake Travis and Vandergrift game for Bally, I remember just kind of watching tape on him, and I'm like, dude, this guy
flashes to the ball.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a great way to put it. He's got 13 offers. He's hardly like under.
He
the
is
radar.
though. I mean,
But, yeah.
in a way, he is under the radar. I think we have him as the top uncommitted linebacker prospect in the state, and I actually kind of see Boswell as one of those hybrid outside linebacker safety types. You know, actually, I do get a lot of college programs asking you, hey, I'm wanting a safety who can play in the box.
Yeah.
And Boswell might be a little bit of a mind trick because he's a linebacker who's already playing in the box, not a safety who's moving down, but I think that's the skill set that he possesses. Very athletic linebacker, and he's playing better this year. He's got more wow plays, more downhill plays on tape than he did as a junior, which I think should help him find a home at the next level.
Connor Vasek will have a home at the next level. That's a hot take
no
here
doubt.
on Texas football today. Let's go over to Ashley Pickle for America's second favorite segment. Final thoughts.
Coming up at 2 o'clock today, Republic of Football. Carter Yates, Ishmael Johnson, and Mallory Hartley walk you through what I believe will be their bowl preview.
Yeah.
Edition
I think this is your last
of
episode.
Republic of Football. So come back at 2 for that.
So make sure you check out that out. Or don't. I'm not your dad. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks again to Connor Vasek of Austin Westlake for being our guest. For Ashley Pickle and Greg Powers, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please come get your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you tomorrow on Texas Football Today.